Getting this wasn't easy, but I cracked it, and I'm gonna show you how. How I mixed the wrong color, how I applied the base, how I mixed the right color, and a bonus tip about mixing orange for blue. Before we start, I want to quickly go over the supplies I used. First, use a smooth canvas, something like Belgian linen, like I'm using here, or smooth cotton canvas, like the one on your screen. I'm using Liquitex Basics. It's nice and fluid, and it has a matte finish, which I like for this technique. Lastly, I find that this brush, with its tapered tip, works really well for painting precise shapes. Where I went wrong. I started by blending red into green and mixing that into yellow, hoping to create the warm tone I envisioned. Instead, I ended up with a muddy orange. I tried adjusting it with a bit of blue, but that only made things worse. I didn't know it at the time, but this was my first mistake. Needless to say, I was feeling really frustrated, so I decided to just wipe the whole mix off my palette and rethink the direction I was going in. Realized I wasn't going to put the auburn down just yet. Instead, applying the base layer. I start with a base mixed from yellow with transparent mixing white and a touch of purple. I'm using a medium-sized filbert brush here. And the reason I prefer that type of brush for filling in large areas is because its round shape helps me avoid brush strokes. Fixing it, my second attempt. Let's try to mix that auburn color again, shall we? I mixed my yellow and purple, my green and red separately, and now I'm combining the mixtures together. This gives me a warm red that doesn't veer too far toward orange, i.e., the perfect auburn. Okay, let's rewind, shall we? You might think that I just repeated the same process that I showed you at the beginning that didn't work. And I did, except for one change. I added purple to the yellow this time. The addition of that little bit of purple in the yellow is what made the difference. Now I'm showing you a little trick. By adding a touch of blue to what's already on my palette, I darken and cool it so I can paint these shadows, amping up the shine. I'm putting magenta and yellow out and mixing them to make orange. I'll tell you why I do this in a second. In the meantime, I'm working on juxtaposing the warm tones that I already painted with some blue shadows to make them even brighter and shinier. The orange I mixed will help to neutralize the blue, because we don't want any bright colors here. Then I just mix in some transparent mixing white, that's important, the transparent part, to lighten it. And you see how that just brightens up those auburn tones even more? The magenta trick. Here's the result of mixing orange from a tube into blue. As you can see, there's really nothing wrong with this color. But now I'm going to show you what happens when I mute blue with orange made by mixing yellow and magenta. The trick is that the magenta leans more toward blue, so it doesn't warm my other blue too much. I add a bit of titanium white just so you can see it better. See how much prettier that looks? Now that's how I painted auburn hair. Turns out I've made tutorials on painting blonde and red hair too. The link to watch them will be somewhere on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe so I can help you unlock your creativity.